If you're just starting out in business, or if you've been in business for a few years and maybe many years, there is unfortunately a good chance your business is going to fail. In fact, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics says that 1 out of 4 businesses will fail within the first 2 years, nearly 50% within the first 5 years, and 65% of businesses within the first 10 years. So, what I want to do is let's take a look at your business. I'm going to share some stories of things I've learned, but let's increase your chances of being successful. And guess what? These are not going to be the things that you think are the reasons why your business will be successful. In fact, we're going to turn it on its head. We're going to look at it from a completely different angle. And first, I'm going to go through if you make these 3 very common business mistakes, then your business is a ticking time bomb. And then I'm going to go through the 3 ways to ensure your business success. Okay. And listen, there's a lot of reasons why businesses are successful, and there's a lot of reasons why they fail. But if you understand these, you're going to have a much better shot. So, hey, my name is Gavin. This is Blissfully. Welcome. I help spiritual entrepreneurs create businesses they were born to run, that they were born to create, right? I'll get more into that. And how I do that is, helping them utilize their God-given talents, apply spiritual principles, and make sure they're operating at their highest potential, their highest vibration. And then they will be in position for success and to have the business they always imagined and provide service and to give. So let's dive into this. What are the reasons why many businesses either fail right away, and that's most often, or it might take a few years, or eventually, it could be 8, 10, 15 years down the road that they no longer stay in business. And those are, the longer you're in business are different reasons. So I'm going to go in within the first 5 years. These are the things, okay? Number 1, I'm telling you right now, you're probably going to have a little bit of a trigger warning. The number 1 reason is the exact opposite of what most business gurus would tell you. And keep in mind, I'm not this channel. I'm not coming from how to teach you all these specifics about YouTube or TikTok or social media or a specific marketing or referrals or exact sales. I will share things on all of those concepts. What separates this channel from most business things is your mindset, is your vibration, your frequency, and how you are showing up as an owner to then allow and align and create space for the results that are possible. And it's a completely different way of looking at it, and it allows you to transform your own business, which then can transform your business and your clients. Okay, so the number 1 reason why your business is likely to fail if you're doing this is that your number 1 reason, your number 1 purpose to be in business is to just be profitable. Okay. Now, I understand that sounds unconventional. Hey, Gavin, you've got to make money or your business won't survive. 100% agree with that. But when you make profits before anything else, it's a house of cards. It has no foundation. It is eventually going to show the cracks, okay? And I will give you, quite a few different examples in this, but this has been one of my biggest ahas. I've had very successful businesses, and looking back, the businesses I did for the right reasons, which I'll explain to you, did very well and have done very well. And the ones that did not sustain, that I would say I failed and I quit on, were because I was making it about profit. I looked at the opportunity. I was like, okay, there is a need for this. I think this is the plan of how to do it. And if I just do this, this, and this, and follow these steps, which was absolutely accurate, I will make money. And guess what? I did very often get to the point of making money, but there was many other times that I never got to that because I was like, and I feel like so many business owners, whether it's right away or months or years, if you don't like the business, okay, if you don't like what you're doing every day, if you don't feel like you're using your talents and your gifts, eventually that business becomes a job. That business becomes something that you're not passionate about, that you don't enjoy. And guess what? Like, it's just a ticking time bomb. It's not going to work, right? So, what happens when you have a business that is based on simply just getting profit? The whole idea, the whole fabric and foundation of that business is a vibration of getting. Okay. What can I get? What do I need to do to get? How can I manipulate people? How can I get people to do what I want them to do? Whether it's employees or whether it's the clients or customers, get. Okay. When you make your business about profit, then everything is run around that. And yes, having that focus might initially have the production of profit. Yet there are going to be so many cracks and breaks and holes eventually that it's on loose soil, and it's not going to work out. And I've worked at businesses where everybody was treated like they were a number because it was about, what are you giving us? Okay, not like what can we give our clients, what can we give our employments, what can we offer, what value. It's like it was about like getting. And I was just part of that number. So was everybody else. They were just a number. And I've always been in sales, which there's always a little bit of that, right? Is like you're always what you did yesterday or last month or last year. And I get that. Yet when everyone, it feels like a number that works there, so does the client, so does the customer. They look at it as like they're a transaction and they were part of a transaction. And guess what? When you feel like you're part of a transaction, there's no loyalty. There's not something you're going to do to like stick around. And there's no inspiration and motivation to like, hey, what am I a part of here? And is this fun? Is this something I enjoy? Is this meaningful? It's not there. It's a very poor way to start a business, is making it all about a profit. When you make it about a number, your business is going to become a number. It's going to become a statistic like so many other failed businesses. And not many people realize that. They just think like, oh, we'll change things. We will change things down the road once we're making money. You need to have the foundation and the money will come. It'll be a natural byproduct. Profits more than you can imagine when we get to some of those things. Number two, that there is zero vision. And what do I mean by vision? Is that like everybody in the company, whether it's the clients and customers, the employees, all of those are considered part of the vision, and everyone knows the vision. I mean, just think of the biggest companies out there. Whatever comes to mind, maybe Tesla, maybe Amazon. You have a pretty good idea of what their vision is and what their owner has done and what they're about. And you buy into that and you like that service. You like the value they're providing. And so many businesses don't know how to sell their vision. They don't know how to explain their vision. They don't know how to like see what's in it for other people. And therefore, it's like a rudderless like boat with no sail. It's just wandering around with no vision. And in a story I would want to give you, a friend of mine who works at a place, it's possibly the worst leadership I've ever seen. And there is zero vision. And it's unfortunate. Should be a cool place to look. I mean, to work. It should be like impacting people's lives. Yet, starting from the top, the person has no vision, has really no desire to be involved. And I want you to look at like, how involved are you in your business, wherever you are at? Do you like to just center on one thing and hope everything else works out? Are you running it in a way that everybody's on board with what the ultimate vision is? And you could use the word movement instead of vision? What kind of cause are everyone a part of? What's their role within that cause? And what direction are they all moving together? And when I watch this, this place that has no leadership and no vision, it is this, like, it's slowly deteriorating. They're very unhappy people, so much frustration, so much people who want to serve and want to be a part of something. And every day they show up to work being let down. And it's this trickle down effect. It's this, they've hired the wrong people. They have some bad apples that like poison the whole thing, and everything is ignored. Nothing is like be willing to be seen, which is a massive issue. And it is like the slow deterioration that is like so obvious to me. Like I can see like the train is coming down the track. There's the brakes are off, and it's going to be coming off. It's been coming off. The caboose is shaking, and it's painful to watch. So if your business doesn't have a very clear vision, it's just a matter of time that it's not going to work, because people are going to ask themselves, what am I doing here? I want to be a part of something, and I don't believe in this anymore. So it's going to go beyond a paycheck. But sometimes people will leave when they have at this place. They'll leave and make less money. They'll have been worked there for years possibly. And let's just say you don't have employees. When you bring them on in the interviewing process, the onboarding process, you want to have that vision. They want to be excited, like, this is where we're going. This is what I'm helping building. This is my role. Okay. And that vision's everything. So now, that's the second reason. The third reason, the common mistake that business owners make of why their business will likely fail if they don't do this, is that they don't have a passion and purpose for this. And I know this can be misconstrued of like, number one, of like, just focusing on the profit. But I can't tell you, I've done a lot of business coaches over the years, and I've failed on this because there's all these shiny objects out there of like, okay, here's this trend, or this is what I see other people making money at. And so they're like, okay, they tell me to write a book and make a digital project, product and sell it on whatever, social media, or make a course and sell it, or have a community, whatever. There's so many things out there. I can make a YouTube channel and have AdSense, and all the things. You've seen all the things. But what happens is the people go into that just thinking it's a good idea for the business and have zero knowledge, zero passion, and it is nowhere near what would be their best gifts to give. And it's not the reason they're here. I love to center on that. I feel like everybody out there has a business within them. And even if they're having one right now, they can transform it into the business they were born to make and create. Yet they have to open their minds up to seeing their business, seeing life, seeing themselves in a different way, that they can kind of get out of the past, get out of who they've identified with, and show up in the way that the business would need, and allow it to grow and provide that value and that service to their clients. Okay. So number three, it's imperative that you're passionate about what you're offering, what you're selling, what you're giving to other people. Because when you're not, it's guaranteed. Every entrepreneur knows that at some point there's going to be obstacles. At some point the shit is going to hit the fan. And then what? Well, when you're passionate and that this is your purpose, it's like, okay, I've got to figure this out. And what figuring out usually means that most people don't want to hear is like, they want a new, turnkey system. They want a new business solution. And really, when the shit hits the fan, that means you've got to look internally on like, what's going on? What's going on within you? How you're perceiving this problem, this obstacle. Do you keep handling it the same way? Do you keep, making the same mistakes over and over because you're not willing to grow and overcome what needs to happen to solve that issue. Maybe you're so stubborn and you think you have all the answers. You're not open to guidance. You're not open to help. You're not open to coaching, right? And when you have that passion and that purpose, then you're open to getting the help. You're open to receiving the answers. You're open to, finding the guidance and listening for that guidance because it's this calling. It's this like you were born to do this, and it's a vibration of knowing. You're not like hoping. You're not guessing. You're like, this is why I'm on this planet, and this is what I'm going to do. And I know this thing seems to be standing in my way, but I am going to find a way and I'm going to overcome this. I know it's just a bump. And I know when I heal within me that perceives this as a problem, it is going to dissolve, it is going to disappear. And then look out. Nothing can stop you, right? So, you'll get burned out. Like if you don't like what you do, if you're not excited every day and inspired, like, yes, thank you, universe. Thank you, God, that I get to run this. I get to create this. I get to use my God-given gifts to, put this out into the universe and do my part in showing up on who I am and what's really possible. If you don't come from that vibration, that frequency every day, when you're hit with the garbage, you're going to get smacked around and it's going to eventually catch up to you. You're going to eventually say, it's not worth it. What am I doing? Yeah, I might be making a little bit of money. But like, this is not the life that I wanted. And I will share that's is one of the biggest ahas that I experienced and why I'm doing, this business in this way is that like I finally realized that, even the successful businesses that did really well, my real estate business, I quadrupled in just a few years and was doubling for like 3 or 4 years in a row. That I all the other businesses that I was like starting and never finished and quit and just didn't like, it's because I wasn't willing to see that I needed something from the business, that I needed it from an ego standpoint, I needed it from an income standpoint, and that I was just trying to say, look at me. I can make this big, successful, money making business. And so I was doing it for the wrong reasons. And I've spoken about that on other uh, videos, and I'll share links to more with that. And you can go on, and I would love for you to subscribe. If you're a business owner and you want to like start really overcoming any form of lack or limitation or fear, like this is the place for you. Because going back to my aha is it starts with you. And when you are coming from a place of bliss and flow, which is why this is called blissfully, then you're in position to actually witness and see what needs to change, to heal within yourself those things. And then you will start seeing business opportunities and business like practices that you didn't notice before, that were always there and always kind of crying. I'm like, hey, look at me, look at me. But you think you had it figured out and you weren't operating at the vibration of what that level was. And when you heal yourself and come from a high vibration every day, and I would call that you would be in alignment with your passion and your purpose, then you're going to show up and do what's necessary in your business. Okay. And it won't fail. But if not, if you don't have that passion, if you don't really care about your product, your service, what you do, how you run your business, it's a ticking time bomb. It's not going to work. Okay. Hey, quick question. How much have you been enjoying these videos? Are they helpful? That's my intention. Hopefully they are. This is where I would usually talk about my blissfully free community that you can sign up for, but I'm not going to do that this time. What I'd really appreciate, what I'm asking for, is for you to subscribe. It gets it out to more people. I can be of service to more people. Leave a comment, like it, all of that. But would just love for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you'll get all the videos when they come. So enjoying this process with you and delivering this. Would just love for you to subscribe. Thanks so much. Back to the video. So now let's look at the three common reasons, or maybe not so common reasons, that you should be either starting your business or already running your business. Like, this is the foundation. If, like, look at these three things. Are you doing these things? Are you in alignment with this? Can you check this box? Okay. Number one, that you were born to create this company, this business. Like, every part of you is like, yes, this is it. Okay. And I'm telling you, if you don't feel that way, like, that business, I mean, it's being born in you right now, and it's probably calling your name right now. And there's a good chance, I'll do another video about this, that you can transform your current business into that. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you quitting that business and starting a new one, but sometimes it does. Okay. Yet, is the business that you have right now you were born to create? You need to ask yourself that. And if it is, I'm telling you, your business is going to be extremely successful. Now, obviously, you have to be focusing on some of the right things, some of the necessary things. Yeah, just know you're on the right track. And here's why. Because you're going to know it's your purpose. You're going to know you're passionate about it. You're going to know this is what you came here to do. And you wake up knowing that you're making a huge difference. You know that it's helping you grow. It's helping you step into who you really are. And, like, you're like, this is the lifetime that I'm getting it right. This is what I love about, like business, is I'm huge into spiritual growth. I'm in healing and personal growth, right? Yet I've always been attracted to businesses. I couldn't put my finger on it, but businesses, they make you look in the mirror and they make you evaluate, and you have to, like, look at some metrics, and you get to see where you were and where you are and where you're going, and have this vision, and you get to create. We're all creators, right? So I just think having a business is such a great way to grow spiritually. And I don't buy into, like, if, enlightenment or like becoming a master, like, no, they would never run a business. That's not true, right? So, like, Jesus had a business. It's just, how he looked at it was a little bit maybe more radical or different. I mean, he wasn't worried about profits, right? But we could break that down. You could break down almost every spiritual master, had a form of their business in the form of what followers or worshipers. And, not that you're looking for that. Okay. But now, I used to start businesses, like I said, for the wrong reasons. And I made it all about a profit, and I made it not about, like, a higher calling. And I've realized over the last 3 years, when I really did my inner work, that I saw, and it wasn't fun to see, but I saw where I was making a lot of mistakes. I saw, like, that I was just, I was me centered. I wasn't giving. I was, like, looking to get. And I understand all those things, and I'm sure you can understand all those things and why too. But I always knew what I was supposed to be doing, but I was afraid. I was afraid I wasn't ready. I was afraid I wasn't good enough. I was afraid that I hadn't done enough or shown enough to be able to talk about these subjects. And I'm here to say, like, I'm inviting you on my journey. Like, if this is basically end of September 2024. If you're watching this, like, you're getting to come on, like, the journey, regardless of where you are in your business, where it's in the infancy of my business. And we get to either create this together or take your business to another level together, and we get to do it together, right? So, but I was afraid, and I had all this fear, and I had all this head stuff. And over the last few years, I've healed that, because now I'm happy. Like, this is a big thing I teach. I don't need anything from my business. And because I don't need anything from my business, I would love for you to subscribe. I would love for you to share this. I don't need you to, right? Because I'm happy. I'm good. I'm abundant. I have a wonderful life, and I see that and I feel that now. So I'm in a place of wholeness where I get to just come from giving, and whatever happens from there, I'm sharing and following my calling. I'm answering the call, and it feels amazing. And when you you know that you're doing that in your business in some great capacity, like you're going to wake up inspired and love your life. And you're going to start making decisions about your business that are different than most business owners would make, that then make a huge difference when it comes to results. But the foundation is not focused first on the results. The foundation is within you, so you can make it about them. I hope that makes sense. Number two, what will ensure business success is that the business allows you to be in a position to share your God-given gifts and to actually get to serve people. If this kind of goes back to passion and purpose, but like if you hate your business, then you probably don't feel like you're using your God-given talents, that you're making a difference in your employees' lives, in your customers and clients' lives. Because when you make it about other people, you're happy. When you make it about yourself and about profits and about getting, like that feels crummy. That feels like it's never enough. That feels like no matter what level of results you get, what goals you hit, it's always on to the next thing. There is zero fulfillment in that. And when you get to like do what you're good at, like, first of all, that's just downstream, right? That you're like, this is why I was here. I get to like do what I'm good at. And every great entrepreneur and business owner needs to know where their gifts are at so they can spend most of their time on that. They'll have to do their vision in two and be looking at other areas and managing other areas, but you need to know where your gifts are at and spend most of your time there. This is huge. And then find other good people to do what you don't like that needs to be done, that is their gift. Like, and that they are allowed to give their gift in a large capacity every day. And when you find people that need to do their gifts, like it's magical. Your business will become this place of like everybody's just joyful, it's abundant, there's love everywhere. So you've got to make sure that you're spending your time on your God-given talents and that you're getting to serve people. Your business is not about what you get. If your business is about you, like it's always going to be limited and it's never going to feel complete and you're always going to be chasing. But soon as it's about what can we give? How can we make a difference? What value are we providing? And everything and every capacity is about that. The natural result, the reflection of your business will be massive abundance. Okay. And obviously there's some things you got to set up to make ensure that happens and it's not bleeding in certain ways, but that is law. That is the way it works. And I feel like for so long, I avoided what I was really good at. I'm extremely good at listening to people, seeing like it from a different perspective and providing them thoughts, advice, and introspection so they can kind of like see themselves maybe in a different light, see themselves not necessarily like in the way they need to, but very lovingly and constructively showing them like shining light on what they haven't wanted to look at. And I've needed this from coaches. I've had to do this to myself. Yet I know this is my gift. This is one of the things when I'll be doing live streams and taking questions and doing some live coaching. I feel like I'm darn good at it. My background's in psychology. I love connecting with people. And how I would look at it is I take a stand for people. I see the best in them. I see where they want to go. And I know how to show them how they're not like showing up that way, but lovingly stand for them in that light and love that they're witness to their truth. And so I'll be doing that a lot on this. But I was like, how could you do that in business? How is this going to translate on YouTube? Are people going to think that I'm weird? Am I able to do it live? I've done all these things behind the scenes with business coaching and transformed quite a few people's lives. But it's like, I now, when I'm coming from purpose and passion, and this is the business I was called to create, like I'm not worried about if people think I'm weird anymore. I'm not worried about who's going to watch this and be like, oh, you know what I mean? And whatever. I know that I'm going to attract the people who are looking to apply spiritual principles in their business. And this is what it looks like showing up. Here I am. Okay. So, number three, the business, okay, to ensure your business success, number three, the business will help you heal and discover your truth. Okay. And what I mean by that is like you need to be in a business and have the mindset and have the vision and have a good part of your goal towards the business is that you're using it to realize who you really are. You're using it to ascend and to grow and to become one again. And quite frankly, we're using everything in life to wake up, to remember, to see what's possible, to reunite with God, and to become the love that we already are. Okay. But I just think for entrepreneurs, and if you're watching this, you likely are, that this is a great way to have that self realization and that you go into it consciously of like, I know there's blind spots. I know there's things that I don't see about myself that I need to explore and face. And a business forces you to do that. But you get to do it with other people. You get to do it for other people, employees and clients and customers. And you're going to get feedback and you're going to get reflected stuff you don't like to see. And you're going to get to grow. What happens when you're not in business, all the same things are happening, but it's easier to ignore. In your business, you're going to have to look at metrics and results and what's going on and really take a look at like why, what needs to change, what's within me as the leader, as the owner that's allowing this to show up. And how can I transform that? And that's what we'll be doing a lot on this channel, right? So almost no one consciously is in business because of who it will make them. So why not you? Why not that your business is about consciously growing as a person so then you can grow with your business? Every level of your business is going to be based on the level you vibrate, on your level of your frequency. And you're going to become, especially if you join this, subscribe to this, or join I have a free community where I do training. It's called Blissfully. I'll have a link below. But it's where other people are learning a lot of these concepts. It's a free community, and I have different courses in there, additional teachings, and then we get to all grow together. But essentially, everyone is consciously using their business as a creation. Like, what do I get to create in this life? And every creation is about what am I giving to other people? And the cool thing about giving to other people is there is no separation. We're one. Everything comes back to us. But love knows that. Love knows that there is no separation. So whatever you're giving to yourself. Okay. And I just think that a business is a wonderful way to do that. And when you focus on others, you're practicing being who you really are. You're connecting with spirit. You're operating from a higher vibration. You're aligning with other people's needs, and you're overcoming limitations, fears, obstacles that have stopped you in the past. Okay. And like I've said, the experience of it, it's waking you up. It's demonstrating your power. It's allowing you to have the ability to witness your own truth. Okay. And I feel like so many people, if they really look at it, their work life, whether they work for an employer or their business, has forced them to grow. And so why be forced? Why not step into it? Why not consciously say, let's do this, universe? Let's create what I came here to do. Let's show up as who I know I am. And I'm open to remembering that, to receiving that, to allowing that, to aligning with that, to being guided for my greatness. All right. And that's what this is all about. And when you do those three things, when you have a business you were born to create, and then you get to use your God gifted talents, number two. And number three, you consciously go into the business knowing that you're going to get a heal and you're going to get to discover your truth in a multitude of ways, but including this business, then you're going to overcome whatever needs to happen. You're going to have the inspiration, the desire, and like the truth on your side, and God co-creating with you. Okay. So here's the thing. When the foundation, in closing here, the foundation of your business is on the right things, on things that like align with you spiritually, with who you really are, that you absolutely love, that like you can't get enough of. Like if your business, I can't get enough of this stuff. Like this is what I read about. I'm applying spiritual principles into business to help thousands and thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs make a massive difference, this huge ripple. Okay. And this is what I was born to do. This is it. I just, took me a long time, turning 50 here in a few weeks, to really step into that. I want to help other people step into that. And you get to create a business that is actually truly serving people all as one. There's no separations. So listen, if this sounds up your alley, if you've had some fears, or you realize, gosh, my business is pretty good, but it could be so much better, I'm not as inspired, it doesn't feel like an alignment, I would like to see how my business can transform other people's lives, and in the same time transform my own, like, you're in the right place. And I would highly recommend that you join the Blissfully community. And in that, again, I have trainings on the subject. I will have free calls. My podcast will be in there. I have meditations in there. Like, I'm going to be giving you the tool chest to apply these things. Because that was the thing, is like, oh, you read all these books. How do I actually apply this in my business? What does it look like? Some of these things I'm talking about in different areas of your business, and we're going to go there. And so, I want to make sure that like you feel like your life has tons of passion, that you're living your purpose, and you came here for this, and that your business is one of those main things. Okay. There can be a lot of different things, but why not, have that be one of the main things? There's no strings on any of this. I want you to see what's possible for yourself. I want you to wake up to who you really are, and let's do this together. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like this, share this, comment, ask questions. I'd really like to hear from you. It means a lot. It'll get it out to other people if you've subscribed. And I want to see you at my school community called Blissfully for Business. It's for spiritual entrepreneurs. But wherever you're at in the beginning stages, or been doing this for a long time, I'd love to be of service, and much love, my friend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.